Jantz Wednesday. Social media can be a great way to connect with friends and events, but in charged times, it can also be a source of frustration and discord. Here were some options on using social media in ways that serve your best interests. Please welcome back Dr. Gregory Jantz. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
So, let's dive right in it.
Okay.
There are multiple solutions and not one size fits all, right?
Sure.
So we see something that stresses us out on social media. What do we do?
Okay, my goodness. First of all, if you're getting all your self-esteem and value from what that social media is saying, we have a problem.
Yes, I would agree. Yes.
And so often we allow it to affect our mood and then our day, and then we start treating other people poorly. We're upset about something.
Right. We allow it to have that much power.
So we need to step back and go, okay, wait a minute. This is social media. And what social media am I involving myself in? Mm-hmm. If you're having trouble with it, then go to a group that likes you and you like them.
You know, it's a good point, because sometimes I've heard people say, well, I don't like what I see on Facebook. Yeah. And there are different ways to use it. They're having smaller groups of people that you're interacting with, or choosing something else like Instagram or Snapchat or something that is less maybe provocative.
Yes, and ask yourself, how much time am I spending on this a day? How much personal power am I allowing it to have in my life? Here's the three things. Is it causing me anger? Is it causing me to be anxious? Mm-hmm. Is it causing me to be fearful? Then we need to step back and look.
And look at it. So let's talk about that moment. You see whatever it is you're having that reaction to.
As we all have.
As we all have. Yes. You know, so you see the stop sign in your head so that you can take a moment. And then what is it you evaluate at that point?
Okay, first of all, I make a decision. I'm not going to be reactive. I can respond to it and create a whole other firestorm. Right?
Yeah. But nobody can make you do anything at that point.
Yeah, that's really not helpful. So just say, okay, I'm not going to react. I'm going to look at this and decide, you know what, how much energy I'm going to allow this to have. Remember, the premise of social media is everybody gets to have their opinion. Mm-hmm. You get to have yours, and they get to have theirs. If that's upsetting to you, then lessen the time you're spending on it. I don't think it's an all or nothing. We're all engaged in social media.
Right, yeah,
we live in the digital age.
And there's too much good stuff to give it up altogether.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Margaret.
I think there is anyway,
yes, there
depending
is
on how you use it and how you deal with your own emotions.
Yes. And I watch you on Twitter.
So
I see what your thoughts are.
Thank goodness you don't see what all of my thoughts are, but some of those. Tell me this. I've had this conversation with a number of people where people will post, can everybody stop talking about politics?
Right.
Let's just go back to the way things were before. And it raises that question of, can you really ask people to change the way they express themselves, or is it your responsibility to kind of retool your own social media use at that point?
We have to retool our own self. Remember, social media is just that. It's for people to react, say, respond. We're back to, okay, but how much power am I going to allow this to have? If you can engage in it and keep perspective, okay, and no, if you put something out, and if you're just looking for, I got to have all these likes, right? Ooh, that's a problem.
Not a big thing.
If I'm looking for approval through social media, then I need to really evaluate my relationship with social media.
Well, a lot of people want to feel expressed.
Sure.
And so maybe as part of this that it could be better that you and I sit down and talk about something in person. I feel like things get more discordant faster when people are sitting at their keyboards than they would if they were face to face.
There's a lot of room for interpretation. And sometimes we can send something out and look at it and misinterpret it because we're not seeing the full communication. So
we don't hear the tone of voice, we don't see the face.
You know, I've made mistakes like that. I've done it with my family.
Sure.
I've done a quick text. I go, oh, and it was misinterpreted, and sometimes I reacted too quickly, and later I regretted it. So we all need to watch this.
So it sounds like that moment of pause is the important part of all of this.
So here's
take a second.
Yes, because usually we're going to respond to something within 5 seconds. So that's too quick. Take a pause, and also ask yourself, do I want to keep using most of my day on this? At the end of the day, will I really be happy how I spent my time? And
I think we should all wear mittens all the time, so it takes us too long to get them off and before we can type.
If most of us respond within 5 seconds, if you just let 15 seconds pass before responding, and really ask yourself, what am I personally looking for in my relationship with social media?
or with this person I'm about to talk to.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the good stuff. Let's end on that note.
And there is good.
And there is good. So if you're having a lot of stress over social media, what would you suggest we do to kind of turn ourselves back towards the positives of the connections we can create?
Okay. First of all, I want to make sure that you're doing some physical activity. Sometimes people will just get engaged in something and they stop doing good things. Drinking water, going for a walk, you need to keep the physical activity. More and more people are doing online activities versus being physical. Okay. So I want you to keep that in there. That's so important. Also, if we get upset, watch how we're eating. It can change how we're eating. We can overeat. We can go through a bag of chips because we're angry and we're upset. So look at those behaviors. Right. How else is this affecting you? Okay, so the positive. All right. Here's
I know you like this the best.
Oh, I love the positive. Okay, first of all, I'm going to engage and have relationships with people who are positive as well. And I'm going to involve myself in less conflict because people can use social media for conflict. And after a while, that doesn't feel good. So if you follow me, I do a lot of really positive things because that's my vantage point. I want to grace people with positive information. We got enough negative.
That's such a good idea.
So look who you hang out with.
Yeah, look who you're hanging out with. And I do just want to put another, plug in for something like Instagram because I follow the Doggist, the guy from New York who takes the pictures of everybody's dogs. They're like little portraits and stories every day. If that doesn't make you feel good, nothing will, And so maybe it's
good point. Watch who you're following, watch who you're engaging with.
And which social media you're using because we can choose.
Hey, one inspirational message can change a direction for the day.
So true. Give me 5.
Hey, you got it.
That's great. Thank you.
After the break,
our medical experts return to answer your questions. We'll be right back.